Shall we?
Hey everyone, in this Starfield how to upgrade weapons video, I want to show you how to upgrade all your weapons using workbenches and talk about the skills and other things that you can find that will make that a little bit easier to do. So we are in the lodge here, and if you've not got to this area, I suggest you just keep playing. It's pretty early on in the game, and the reason for that is it will give you access to a room that has all the workbenches already set up for you to use. So once you get to here, you talk to these people, they should give you the key to the lodge, and that key will open this double door here. And if we use that and come down to this area, you will find all the workbenches. And it's not just weapons, we've got a spacesuit one, we've got pharmaceutical and all sorts of other things. But the main one that we're interested in here for how to upgrade weapons is the weapon workbench. So that one is important. The other one is this one over here, which is the research lab. And we're also going to talk about skills for upgrading weapons as well, because you can enhance your capabilities of upgrading weapons with your skills as well. So first of all, we need a weapon. So that would be stored in our inventory. And if we have a little look in my inventory, let's see what we've got down the bottom right. And here in weapons, you can see I've got 21 different weapons for you. So I just want to show you some of these things and talk about some of these and what we're talking about when we talk about upgrading weapons. So what we can do is we can add mods to these weapons and they will do different things. So for example, if I just move me to the other side here, this one, the disassembler pacifier, you can see it says plus 20% damage against robots. And if we go through here, we can see other possible things that have been upgraded on some of these. This one's got stealth lasers, ignition beams, fully automatic. This one's got a long barrel, laser sight, long barrel short scope, etc, etc. So they are upgrades that we can do. So if we come out of here, the next point is you go over to the weapon workbench and you hit the use button. So if we do that, we'll get this area here where we've got all this information. So we've got these possible weapons, and these show on the left hand side. If I move me back to the right just for a second while we decide which one we want to upgrade. And so if we went for something quite humble like this drumbeat gun, we can see the spec on the left hand side of it, and up above me it says no mod selected. So if we hit the select button, so down the bottom right hand side for me that's A, I think it's E on the PC, but I might be wrong, we can see precisely what has been installed on here. So we have no mod in the laser area, iron sights on the optic, muzzle has no mod, grip and stock has standard grip and stock, magazine and battery, drum magazine, I'm using the D-pad to come down here, internal no mod, receiver, blah blah blah, default skin. So with any of these, if you then select on them or modify them with the A button down the bottom there, we will see what we can install on here. So I've got no mod on here at the minute, but if I wanted to add a laser sight, I could do that using the sort of resources that I've got above, helium-3, neon, aluminium. So you can see in this case it just needs a one of each. So I've got all of those. I've only got one of aluminium in my inventory though, so I may not sort of do many upgrades here, we'll see. So we're going to install this one and it'll say, do you want to do this? And I'm going to say yep. And there we go. We also get 1 XP for it, but now this particular weapon, if you look on the left hand side there, it says it's now got a laser sight on it, so we've added that to it. Similarly, we can go through these other things. We could add a scope as long as we've got the right things here. So we could add a medium scope, a recon scope, a short scope. So we'll go with, say, the medium scope. So this is going to use these things above. So again, I can do this. And if you want a bit more information on the mod, if you look in the middle there, you see it says medium scope for 4 times magnified view. This one marks enemies when aiming. So this might be quite a cool one, the recon scope. So I'm going to go with that one. But actually, that's a good point. I can't go with this one, and I'll show you why. So you see on the right hand side there it says required research optic and laser mods 3, and this is where the research lab comes in. Same with this one, the medium scope I can't fit, or this one. So you can see it says optic and laser mods number 1. I could fit the reflex sight, that's possible, but I haven't got enough aluminium, but you get the idea here. So let's talk about those other things about upgrading using, you know, how do I get access to those other bits and bobs. So that's with the research lab. So if we have a little look over here and select this, so the research lab has all these things. Let me just move me to the right again. Pharmacology, food and drink, etc, etc, and the one we're interested in this case is weaponry. So if we have a little look at that, these are the different things that I could look at. So we've got barrel mods, grip and stock mods, optic and laser mods. So in this case the optic and laser mods would be quite a cool one. However, I don't have the required materials because I'm short on the aluminium here. So we'll just have a little look at this though. I could add this one and this one, this is no problem, but I haven't got this one, so I can't quite finish it off. So what we're going to do is go and get some aluminium, and I'm just going to show you where you get this sort of stuff. But what you want to be doing is thinking about what materials you need. So then you could either build outposts to gather those materials, you know, fairly cheaply, or you could go to a particular shop or shops to get these things. So aluminium is very, very common, so that's not going to be a problem, but I'm just going to show you where we would go for that. So we'll go to the star map and then just zoom in onto this area here. And where I want to go is the commercial district. So I'll just travel here really quickly. So I selected it with A and then traveled with X. I think that would be E on the PC and whatever the travel button showed down the bottom right hand side. So when we go over to the commercial district, there's loads of different shops. Well, I say loads, there's a few different shops. And one of the ones where you will find lots of stuff in terms of resources that you can use for crafting is the UC distribution, which is over here. So we'll find aluminium in there without a problem, and lots of other different resources as well. So if we open this up, then we will buy a bit of aluminium, and then we will do that upgrade. So here we go. So we see this person here, Wen Seng, or whatever her name was.
Have you experienced any issues in your dealings with the distribution center?
Can I have some aluminium?
UC distribution.
Thanks. So once you're
certainly.
looking in the shop, go down to resources, select that, and there is aluminium. So you can see there's 30 aluminium. I don't need 30, so I'm just going to order a few of these. I need to be careful of my mass down the bottom left hand side because I have loads of stuff here. So I'm only going to grab a little bit of this. So there, we'll get 4. And that should be enough for this little project that we want to do. So you can see pretty easy to travel to here. Whoops. I've got down. So we'll go back to the star map and we'll go back to the lodge now. So we'll just zoom in on this again, hover over here and go back to the lodge. Travel. And of course your ideal is to be looking at what you want, you know, for all of the different resources before you get it, so you can upgrade that way. But we'll just go back in here.
Sometimes amuses me to think about what goes on here, right under the United Colonies.
So we go back to this research lab, use this, and have a little look at weaponry. I've forgotten what one it was we were doing now. Was it the optics? I think it was. So we need 4 of those, 10 of those, so we're all good here. So we'll grab that and we'll say yes. So this is okay. And you can see everything is good here. This one we'll put the other one in as well. So you can see we've done optic and laser mods has been completed. That then opens optic and laser mods 2. So if I back out of here, you'll see this is the next thing that we would do. However, you can't just go all the way through here even if you've got the materials, because this is then linked to your skills. So you can see we were fine with that. We didn't need any core skills. In the middle there it says required skills none. However, this one says weapon engineering rank 1. So this is where your skills ties into this entire process. So your skills you'll find in your pause menu top right. And then what you want to be looking at is the individual ones. I can't remember whether it's science or combat or what. Let's see. Let's have a little look. I don't think it's combat actually. I'll just double check. Maybe it is science. Oh, is that it? Yeah, there you go. So there's weapon engineering. And if I had a skill point, we would simply unlock this with a skill point, but I haven't got any. So if you haven't got any skill points either, all you need to do is go and do some XP bashing, you know, like do quests or take on enemies and that sort of stuff, and then get your skill points. When you've got this first one, that would unlock those additional mod options on the workbench, and then you can use that to upgrade. So you get the idea there. So if we have another look on the weapon workbench, and then we can have a little look at some of these and decide where we would possibly want to add a scope or something like that. So we'll have a little look through and see what we've got. So for example, this calibrated Equinox rare laser rifle, if we look at the optic here, if I just move me to the left hand side, we should now see that the short scope can be added to this because I've done that optic and laser mod 1 research. So we're good here. I've got the resources on the right hand side over there. So all is good here. We can just install, confirm. then you can see that's been added to the left-hand side, so we have upgraded our weapon. And that's how it works, really. So you just keep going through like that, and you know, upgrade whatever weapons you want. They will increase the value of the weapon if you ever come to sell it later on. So there you go. That's how to upgrade weapons in Starfield. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. If you need more help with the game, have a little look at the playlist that I'll put at the end of this video. And if you like what you see and you want to see more of my stuff in the future, please hit that subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. A comment is also really welcome on here, whether it's just about this video, a little thanks, or a question on it, or whether you've got any questions on Starfield at all. Do let me know, and I'll do my best to help. Thanks for watching.